The Indonesian island was always my dream target. The place, also known as Island of the Gods, is famous for its beautiful temples and traditions. The green rice terraces and the jungle swings promised opportunities for perfect Instagram photos. However, I was most excited about the sea and the life beneath the waves. The amazing underwater life of Bali. The island is located in the Coral Triangle, a diversity hotspot of Earth. It's rich in colorful hard and soft corals. Amazing small creatures and fishes. We started our first dive at the famous shipwreck, the USS Liberty. The shipwreck was completely overgrown by life. The 120 meters long wreck offers many wonders to be explored. A turtle also made a home at the wreck. And this coral grouper waits here for its prey. The corals grow here man-sized, and soft corals proliferate everywhere. Our next dive started not that interesting. But suddenly an exciting creature appeared from the deep. A large broad-club cuttlefish. A few minutes later, 2 more specimens appeared from the other side of the slope. Their 8 arms and 2 feeding tentacles moved hypnotically. Later, we frequently found smaller specimens, so I could observe how they altered their skin color and structure. They used this for communication and to camouflage against the seabed. I never imagined that the comic-looking trumpetfish is such a terrific, fearsome hunter. The most spectacular dive was at a special garden, where snake-like fish grow out of the sandy slope. They form the posture of a question mark while waiting for some food. They are enigma garden eels. And the current delivered planktonic food, like an underwater sushi conveyor belt. Sometimes fish also arrive with the current, which means potential danger. When you live in such a colony, moving to a new flat means digging a hole just a meter away, and your neighbor is still the same. Once in a while, they get into arguments over the best bites. Spotted garden eels lived nearby. They are thinner and form smaller colonies. Ribbon eels also spend most of their lives in holes, but among rocks. The ribbon eel is an ambush predator, but not an exceptionally good one. It has poor eyesight, but an incredible sense of smell. The gill opening is way down in the body. When you live in a hole, good eyesight is an advantage, since you can never be careful enough. Mantis shrimps have one of the most advanced eyes in the animal kingdom. In addition to that, the peacock mantis shrimp has the fastest punch in the underwater world. It wears the scars on its shell from some older fights. A real badass dressed like a clown. Cleaning the home and doing the watch duty at the same time is really exhausting. It's much better when the cleaning is done by others. These goby fish have a partner, a pistol shrimp, who is in charge of all tunnel-related activities. It digs and cleans the hole continuously, while the goby, which has better eyesight, is on watch duty. The stinger fish is walking on the ocean floor instead of swimming. It has venomous fin spines and doesn't care for a fancy outfit. Mostly digs itself into the sand and waits for some prey. Its skin is overgrown by other animals. Yawning is to deter the two curious divers. Striped catfish swim together in ball-shaped schools, and they also have venomous spines. When you meet a venomous sea snake, you should show some respect. The underwater slopes in Bali were often barren. However, this huge barrel sponge provided a real oasis for the sea animals, and it attracted many lionfish. Big anemones are well known to provide home for anemone fish, but they also attract many other animals, mainly smaller cardinal fish. This tube anemone also has many inhabitants, such as these funny marching squid shrimps. And this porcelain crab also doesn't care for the dangerous tentacles. The boxing crab carries its own anemones by the front claws, like little pom-poms. They're used for defense and for collecting food. A hermit crab wears a tunicate, like a stylish oversized cap. A perfect camouflage, and in return the sessile tunicate gets to move about. Gobies have also chosen this moving castle as home. Dwarf gobies often hide among coral polyps. These two red-eyed gobies venture to the tip of the corals and wait for the pie in the sky, the plankton brought by the currents. We often found red ghost gobies on tunicates where they guarded their eggs. This poor fish has an unwanted company, a parasitic copepod. Not just heavy to carry, but it consumes the fish's bodily fluids. We were lucky enough to observe the pairing ritual of this fish on a blue tunicate. After the female laid a few eggs, the male moved over and fertilized them, which looked like a strange dance. After the mating ceremony, the male fish stays and guards the eggs. In the background, green algae moved a bit oddly. A closer inspection revealed that it's an arrowhead crab, a master of the skies. It looks exactly like the green algae around it. This coral branch is also a crab, which has a good chance to win the hiding competition. Whip coral shrimp have colors and patterns similar to the coral branch they live on and stay unrecognized. Is this another sponge overgrown by algae? But it has eyes. A frogfish. It uses the first dorsal fin spine as bait. They're also masters of the skies. Most of the time they resemble a piece of stone. But this stone moves with the current. They are ambush predators, so they wait for the prey. This leaf scorpionfish is colorful when hit by the light from our lamps, but the surrounding prey fish often lose the suspicion. Other animals have different strategies to remain invisible. This coral is full with transparent shrimps. But why is this harlequin shrimp so ostentatiously colorful? They are hunters, and they feed exclusively on starfish. and use the toxins from the prey so they signal to the predators that they are not edible. The nudibranchs are special sea slugs without shell. They have very colorful bodies as warning signals for the predators. The ones that feed on hydrozoids don't digest the stinging cells. Instead, they use those to defend themselves by passing them to the surface of the skin. Some sponge-eating nudibranchs concentrate the toxins from their prey sponge in their bodies, rendering themselves distasteful to the predators. When they're not feeding, they try to find a mate. Nudibranchs are hermaphroditic, but they cannot fertilize themselves. After a successful mating, they typically deposit their eggs within a gelatinous spiral. An emperor shrimp uses one of the nudibranchs for transportation. It's not in a hurry, obviously. Living together is not always peaceful. This poor octopus is attacked from both sides, and the best chambers are often packed with many fishes, which causes permanent conflicts. To solve the housing problems, artificial reefs were established, and they attract a sprawling wildlife. Another example for symbiosis is the underwater barbershop. Various shrimp species provide for their customers first-class treatments, including dead skin removal and getting rid of parasites. It seems a risky business for the Figaros, but often there is a rush for the service. When I saw my first ghost pipefish, I was wondering how such a creature can exist. The partially transparent body with visible organs, the odd but fascinating shape, the wonderful colors made them my instant favorites. Our last dive was the most mystical one, in the open ocean during the night. Odd creatures emerged from the deep, and our lamps revealed an alien universe. Salps, sea jellies, calm jellies, and hitchhikers of the plankton galaxy. Crab and shrimp larvae, sometimes even smaller fish hide and travel inside salps, these barrel-shaped planktonic tunicates. These animals were like futuristic spaceships built by aliens wandering through space among stars. Further examples of the amazing underwater life of Bali.